Good morning, and welcome to a special edition of the Werff Report for May 3rd, Keeping America Vigilant 2021. We told you so. As expected, the Democrats are stopping at nothing to halt the forensic audit of the 2020 election in Maricopa County, Arizona, only this time they've gained access to the audit floor and are planning to have the Justice Department intervene illegally. Over the weekend, GOP chairwoman of Arizona, Dr. Kelly Ward, posted 2 videos calling Americans to act as she exposed the Democrats' latest ploy against the audit. In the first video, Ward describes how so-called experts are asking the Justice Department to send in federal monitors. Of course, being that the Constitution puts the power of managing elections at the hands of each individual state, this is illegal. But at this point, folks, the Democrats just don't care. They've already committed the most egregious fraud in U.S. election history, so I doubt they care in the slightest about any other legalities that may be at play here. The experts weighing in are lead actors from the Brennan Center for Justice and the so-called Protect Democracy group, whose sole purpose has nothing to do with protecting the country and everything to do with protecting the crimes of the Democratic Party. Corrupt Secretary of State Katie Hobbs is also working to undermine the audit by having partisan observers of her own from those 2 corrupt organizations on the audit floor, which was allowed through a, quote, court-pushed agreement. Take a listen.
Hello, Arizona. It is time for America's Audit Update from the Republican Party of Arizona. I'm your chairwoman, Dr. Kelly Ward. Today's update is a call to action for all of us to join together to protect this audit and support our efforts to keep the process from being undermined or stopped by the Democrats. I think we're at a tipping point. There are serious developments in the ongoing forensic audit and the hand recount of ballots cast in the 2020 election in Maricopa County. Number 1. A group of so-called experts on election security and administration are asking the Justice Department to send federal monitors to Arizona. Who are these experts, as the media likes to call them? The 2 lead actors are the Brennan Center for Justice and the Protect Democracy group. Their names sound innocent, of course, but both of those groups are major backroom players in Washington who work hand in hand with Democrats at every level. They are aggressive, dirty players funneling millions of corporate monies to advance social re-engineering and identity politics while working with BLM and Marxist groups to literally destroy our nation. Number 2. Let's be totally clear about this. Arizona is off limits to the federal government trampling on our constitutional rights and our sovereignty when it comes to managing our own elections. We believe in the U.S. Constitution, including the 10th Amendment. That includes horning in to pretend to monitor our audit with the goal of interfering with the Arizona Senate's right to audit an election, which has been upheld by the Arizona Supreme Court. 3. We also do not want or need partisan attack dogs like the Brennan Center or Protect Democracy coming in to observe or interfere or undermine our elections and the Arizona State Senate audit. But they are coming with their lawyers, with their money, and with their agenda to attempt to derail this full forensic audit that is being done by qualified experts. They say they have deep concerns about how the audit is being conducted, warning that it's put ballots in danger of being stolen, defaced, or irretrievably damaged. These are outright lies, and we have got to expose them and refuse a set of false Democrat facts to take root. Number 4. Yesterday, Secretary of State, Democrat hack Katie Hobbs got access to the audit floor by way of a court-pushed agreement between the parties. Although she was always offered access, she now has representatives and observers monitoring the audit. 5. Now here's the dangerous part, and it worries me tremendously. Of the 3 observers representing Hobbs, 2 are none other than an election consultant with Protect Democracy and an attorney with the Brennan Center. So rather than officials of the Secretary of State's office on the floor, we have 2 of the most notorious DC Democrat players on the floor representing Arizona voters by way of an elected official. She's bringing the feds in where they have absolutely no business. All of this is an insult to Arizona voters, and it threatens our sovereignty as the state of Arizona. It's a dangerous precedent in this ongoing audit. We are at a precipitous time as the audit is now under even more major assaults, and it is threatening to get worse. So please stay vigilant and be active. Support our efforts to get the word out. Share this video. Contact Katie Hobbs and tell her to stop undermining our state with federal interference and to stop interfering in what the vast majority of Arizona voters want: a full forensic audit to restore voter confidence and assure election integrity. Stay tuned for our next updates on the Arizona audit, America's audit. Thanks for joining. I'll see you soon.
In a second update posted yesterday, Ward exposed media outlets who were expelled from the Coliseum where the audit is being conducted for knowingly posting ballot images, which is against the rules, and doxing volunteers, which we knew was coming. This sounds like a setup, being that Democrats' sole argument in stopping the audit is to protect the privacy and security of the ballots. Now the media, who we know is in cahoots with the Democrats, breaches that security by exposing ballots. Sounds intentional, so Dems can now use the incident to argue that ballots are not secure. This is how they operate, folks. Ward also stated that the tabulation machines were being packed up and sent back to the Maricopa County election facilities, presumably because the audit firm has completed that portion of the audit. So great news there. Remember, in Antrim County, Michigan, it took investigators only about 8 hours to analyze and expose the machines there. Ward also stated that while Democrats have succeeded in gaining access to the audit floor, an offer that was apparently open to the Secretary of State by the Senate to begin with, they are currently, quote, ramping up ballot evaluations to get this audit completed as quickly as possible. This is the right move, folks. They need to finish this audit as soon as possible to close this window the Democrats have to throw a wrench in the thing. Ward also mentioned that they do have options to complete the audit should they need additional time as well. Here's Kelly's latest update.
Hello, Arizona. It is time for America's Audit Update from the Republican Party of Arizona. I am your chairwoman, Dr. Kelly Ward. Let's take a look at where we are and what we can look forward to over the next week. Since the audit began on April 24th, it has been a wild roller coaster ride of ridiculous Democrat lawsuits alleging that hate groups were on the audit floor, to challenging the very credibility of the auditing firms themselves, or even the right of the Arizona State Senate to perform the audit at all. Democrats and their high-priced attorney, powered by their dark money donors, have said and done everything and anything to delay or stop the audit. Yesterday, some members of the media were expelled from the Coliseum for posting ballot images and doxing volunteers knowingly and against the rules. Well, as of today, America's audit continues. Ballots are being counted today, and we will see those being counted every day until they're done. We're also hearing that the tabulation machines are being packed up for return to the Maricopa County election facilities. So what's to come? Democrats did succeed in gaining access to the audit floor. Now, they were invited to start with, but now there's been a reckless decision of the Arizona Secretary of State, Katie Hobbs, to allow liberal partisan attack groups to so-called represent Arizona voters to observe the process. That's troubling, and we are continuing to monitor that situation. Trust me, no good will come of that, and we can expect to hear new wild allegations from the Democrats in the days to come. Now, May 14th was the original completion date for the audit. Our understanding now is that they are ramping up the ballot evaluations, and the process is continuing as quickly as it possibly can. They want to do it, and they want to do it right. If they don't make that May 14th deadline, there are options to move the remaining audit processes into smaller venues in the Veterans Memorial Coliseum so that pre-scheduled events can take place where the audit is being conducted right now. Another option is that the audit could take a 3 to 4 day pause and then return to the main Coliseum floor and resume operations for as long as needed. The bottom line, look for more Democrat and media assaults against the audit this week, and look for the counting to continue. As we've said repeatedly here, we will continue to do this audit. And it's not to undermine elections, as the Democrats claim. This audit is to actually give the Arizona voting public assurance that our elections are secure, fair, and honest. Who doesn't want that? I guess the Democrats. Thanks for joining us today. We will stay vigilant so you can stay informed. I'll see you soon.
We knew this would happen, folks, and we're expecting much worse from the Democrats in the days to come. The people of Arizona need to get involved now. I don't care if you have to form a human chain around the Coliseum to protect the integrity of this audit. Get involved, and get involved now. Everything is riding on this, folks, and this could very likely be the first domino to fall in this whole 2020 election debacle. It will likely be a long time before the results are actually released, due to the obvious opposition and likely court battles the Democrats will continue to leverage for delay tactics. But the good news is all of this is proof that the Democrats are scared. If this audit wasn't set to expose what they did, they would not be fighting so hard to stop it. For those of you at home watching in other states or countries around the world, you can do your part too by getting on your knees before the almighty God of heaven and praying for this audit and the people working toward the truth to prevail. Prayer works, and God is always in control. Thanks for watching, America, and look out for our final segment, which will be coming at any moment as we work to launch our new platform anytime now. We appreciate your support, and we love you all. This has been a special edition of the Werff Report for May 3rd, keeping you vigilant, America 2021. God bless you all, God bless President Trump, and God bless America.